In SEL today, we're going to start with a story called The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes, and we're going to think about our own mistakes. So here's some things to think about as we listen to the story. I want you thinking as you listen today. How do you feel about making mistakes? Were you ever afraid of something, but you did it anyway? What made you try something scary? Beatrice felt her stomach jumping around inside her. How do you think she is feeling? How do you know? In your opinion, which is more important? Learning from your mistakes or being perfect? Those are some questions to get your brain thinking as we listen to our story today. I'm going to push play on the story. You are looking, listening, and thinking about this topic. Be thinking about your own life. How do you feel about making mistakes? And then we'll do an activity afterwards. Yes, Angela.
Listen to the story too.
We're going to listen to it right now, and you're thinking about how do you feel about making mistakes?
How much do you love your vocabulary curriculum? Chances are your students like old school memorization about as much.
Hi, Kate. Welcome to this Kid Time Story Time.
I know why you're reading this book. Yes, because you're a perfectionist. Oh yeah, I'm totally a perfectionist. I'm more of a go with the flow kind of bear. You know, sometimes things go really well, and then sometimes it don't. Not for me. No way, Jose. For me, things have to be always right on, perfect, because that is how I will become president of the United States of America. See what I mean? Perfectionist. Yes, I am a perfectionist.
Shall we read the story of the girl who never made mistakes?
Yes, I want to see how she did it. Yeah, I need to see how that story ends. What do you mean by that? Nothing. Huh. Okay, please read.
Okay, I will. The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes by Mark Pett. Hey, Mark. Thank you for letting us read the book. Oh, look at that. The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes juggles. That's an impressive skill to have. And yeah, if you make a mistake, everything goes tumbling. So she must practice a lot. For Beatrice Bottomwell, Friday began like any other day. Well, she's waking up, and her gerbil thing is waking up over here. I say gerbil thing because I'm not sure. Sometimes I think it's a thing, and it turns out it's another thing. She matched her socks. Good job. And of course, she put her shoes on their proper feet. Basic, very good. She remembered to feed her hamster Humbert. Bah Humbert. His favorite food is broccoli. Oh, Humbert is a healthy hamster. And when she made a sandwich for her brother Carl's lunch, she used exactly the same amount of peanut butter as jelly. Perfect 50-50 proportion. See, I said gerbil. Turns out it was a hamster. What did I tell you? I can't always tell the animal. But there she is. Oh, my goodness. Now, you know, storyteller's kind of hankering for a peanut butter and jelly.
Me too.
Okay, well, make us both one. When she stepped outside to greet her fans, oh my, is she an internet star of some kind? She didn't forget to say good morning and thank you. Even the news chopper 5 is on the scene. They asked her if she made her bed. She had. They asked her if she forgot to do her math homework. Nope. What about tonight's talent show? They asked. I'm ready, she said, Beatrice with a smile. After all, her juggling act had won 3 years in a row. 3 years. That's a streak of perfection. Now, most people in town didn't even know Beatrice's name. Well, why not? They just called her the girl who never made mistakes. Oh. Because for as long as anyone could remember, she never did. Now, unlike Beatrice, Carl, little brother Carl, made lots of mistakes.
I think Carl's more my speed.
I think he might be too. He ate his crayons, he drew with his green beans. Oh, okay. It is not easy being green. Crazy crayons. He danced with his hands and played the piano with his feet. Carl loved to make mistakes.
I wouldn't say I love to make mistakes, but I'm really open to it.
Okay, fair enough. At school, Beatrice was on the cooking team with her two best friends, Millie and Sarah. And to make their giant rhubarb muffins, they needed 4 eggs. Beatrice went to the refrigerator and carefully chose the biggest, eggiest eggs she could find. But on the way back, oh no, oh no. She slipped. Her leg slipped out from under her and the eggs went flying. Oh no! I know. Beatrice was about to make her first mistake. And boy, that was going to be a messy one, but she didn't. Oh, that was close, thought Beatrice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, Beatrice, I dropped a piece of rhubarb. Oh, I didn't. Boy, for the rest of the school day, Beatrice could not stop thinking about her almost mistake. Almost. But she couldn't stop thinking about it at school, at the playground. It was really raining on her parade. On her way home from school, Beatrice watched Millie and Sarah ice skating in the park. Come join us, said Millie. It's fun, said Sarah. Beatrice watched them slip and slide on the frozen pond. Millie and Sarah laughed as they wobbled on the ice. No thanks, said Beatrice. At supper, Beatrice barely touched her food. Is everything all right, kiddo? Asked her dad. I'm worried I'll mess up tonight, said Beatrice, and everyone will be watching. Worry? You don't make mistakes, he said with a smile. Beatrice tried to smile too. Meanwhile, this one's eating with his food on his head, so talking about having opposite kids. After supper, Beatrice got ready for the talent show. First, she woke up Humbert from his nap. Hey, time to go, Humbert. And next, she got the salt shaker from the kitchen table. And then finally, she filled a balloon with water. So she's got 1, 2, 3 steps. The school auditorium was packed. The band's warming up. There's a mime. Beatrice felt her stomach jumping around inside of her. Ooh, audience is packed in there. Beatrice waited for her juggling music to begin. Man, this almost egg slip-up really got into Beatrice's head. The music began. That's her! That's the girl who never makes mistakes, said a woman. Ooh, we know she'll be perfect, said a man. When the music started, she tossed Humbert into the air. Next, she added the salt shaker and finally the water balloon. Beatrice didn't miss a beat. The crowd clapped with delight. Clap, 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 clap. But Beatrice noticed something odd about the salt shaker. The specks falling out of it were not white. Oh no. Instead of the salt, did she grab the pepper? Uh-oh. Humbert was so surprised by his sneeze that he grabbed the water balloon with his claws. Kablooey. There it goes into 3 pieces at least. Humbert, pieces of water balloon, and the pepper rained down on top of Beatrice's head. For the first time, and as long as anyone could remember, Beatrice made a mistake. And it was a big one. Well, you know what they say.
If you're gonna make a mistake, do it in style.
I know. You would do it like that, Green Bear. You would. The music stopped. Beatrice did not know what to do. Cry? Run off stage? The crowd, look at them, stunned. They couldn't believe that the famous girl who never made mistakes made a mistake. And they witnessed it. People will talk about this for years to come. Beatrice looked up at Humbert. He looked back at her. His hamster fur was soaked and speckled with bits of balloon. And suddenly Beatrice let out a giggle. And the giggle grew into a chuckle. And the chuckle became a laugh. The people in the crowd looked at each other and then back at Beatrice, back at each other. They began to giggle, then chuckle, then finally roar with laughter. Beatrice and the audience laughed until they couldn't even remember why they were laughing. That night, Beatrice slept better than she ever had. In the morning, no fans greeted Beatrice. Oh no. But when she got dressed, Beatrice, for no reason at all, put a polka dot sock on one foot and a plaid sock on the other? Okay, that's not a mistake. That's just you making a bold fashion choice. Beatrice and Carl made sandwiches, and this time they put the peanut butter and jelly on the outside, and they called it an outside PB&J.
I see where this is going.
All right, let's finish getting there.
Okay.
Let's see. The lunch was, well, obviously messy, but obviously very delicious. Later, Beatrice saw Millie and Sarah, hey girls, skating in the park, and they fell a lot. And they laughed a lot. Ooh, beautiful red cardinal, one of my favorite birds. Now, people no longer call her the girl who never makes mistakes. They just call her Beatrice. Oh, and there's her adorable hamster, not a gerbil. Humble. Oh, there you see, I made a mistake. I already forgot the name of the fascinating gerbil. Well,
All right.
That was a funny book.
It was a funny book. I enjoy that story a lot. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you are on Seesaw, you need to go ahead and open up our task, please. All about making mistakes. Angela, are you opening your task?
I already have it open.
Our activity is to fold a piece of paper in half. On one side, write about a mistake you have made. On the other side, write the lesson you learned from your mistake. Then you're going to take a picture and you're going to add your picture to your seesaw side right here. All right, so I'm going to hand you a piece of paper. You're going to fold it in half and label it just like this paper. And then we'll get to thinking about a time you made a mistake and what you learned from your mistake.
Oh, I made a mistake.
All right.
Yesterday.
Go ahead and start thinking in your brain about a time you made a mistake. After you write your mistake and lesson, you can take a picture and put it right here on top of the other picture. And when you're ready, go ahead and push the green check to turn in your work. I had a great time learning about mistakes that other people have made. It helps us when we laugh about our mistakes. It really does. When we laugh about the silly things we do, it doesn't make us feel so sad anymore because everybody makes mistakes. It's okay. Go ahead and turn in your work and let's get ready for our ELA.